The HowdenSuffolk Stakes Handicap, Heritage Handicap, the City's Phantom on the extreme right, slightly away from the others in the early strides. Going forward is Howth, far side in the all blue of Godolphin, King of Conquest, with Titian over there, trapped by Empire State of Mind, and Jimi Hendrix in light blue with darker blue sleeves towards that far side there, trapped by Cadillac and Dutch Decoy and Great Max. More down the centre is the sweaty Howth, ahead of Saga for the King, and they're followed then by Dual Identity, and on the near side the City's Phantom. Majestic is just behind runners. Also behind runners is Dawn of Liberation and Notre Belle Bet towards the right. Turntable is just at the back of that group. So a couple of groups, but they're not much apart, and it's Howth on the right from the City's Phantom, Saga, and then behind those is Majestic. They're Dawn of Liberation. Jimi Hendrix joining in now towards the right. Still towards the left is King of Conquest with Titian and Dutch Decoy and Cadillac and Empire State of Mind just ahead of Cadillac, then Great Max and Toshizu, and now they're racing in one group down the Roly Mile and entering the final half mile. King of Conquest and Titian on the far side. Howth towards the near side with the City's Phantom in the grey sleeves. Jimi Hendrix is just being asked a question or two from Empire State of Mind. Dual Identity coming forward quite nicely. Saga's going all right from Dawn of Liberation and Notre Belle Bet, and then Turntable. Then on the far side, Great Max on the extreme left, trying to come on late in the day from Cadillac, and then Majestic as they run on now towards the final couple of furlongs, and it's King of Conquest and Titian, these two battling on from Dutch Decoy as they race down the dip now, and they've got a couple of lengths on Dual Identity. Saga is picking up well for Frankie Dettori, and Notre Belle Bet on the near side. King of Conquest leads, starting up the hill from Dutch Decoy. Here comes Saga, Notre Belle Bet. Saga is getting there on the near side of King of Conquest. It's going to be close. King of Conquest from Saga. King of Conquest just holding Saga for the King. In third, Notre Belle Bet. Toshizu back in fourth.
King of Conquest denies the appropriate royal winner Saga here in the HowdenSuffolk Stakes. Wins always towards the fore for William Buick and Charlie Appleby, and they have denied the strong travelling Saga, running for the first time as a gelding, first time out, with cheek pieces applied for the first time. All of those things thrown at him, and he has run well, but not quite well enough. He's second for Frankie Dettori and the Gosdens. In third, it's Notre Belle Bet for Andrew Balding and Harry Davis. And in fourth, it's Toshizu for Roger Fell, who grabs that spot ahead of Dutch Decoy in fifth. So you fancied King of Conquest to run well, Martin. He was always at the fore of proceedings, and it was Saga who delivered the last challenge, having been keen in the early stages. Yeah,
he was one of several with a good chance in the race, and he's improving quickly, isn't he? He's won at Wolverhampton at the back end of last year, in Bahrain earlier on this year, and he's continued that form back on turf in the UK now. Handled the ground fine, which I thought he would. He ran really well here on soft ground in October of last year as well. A horse that's only had 8 career starts in total after today, and he's won 4 of them, and he's progressing pretty rapidly. 102 the rating that he's defied, so it's bordering on sort of listed class performance, isn't it, to win this handicap. See off a talented rival in Saga, who I'd get the impression when he got there, maybe he's just run out of time, but I felt like he was going to run him down, and I wasn't sure about the willingness to do that, but
okay, let's
maybe that's been a bit harsh. Maybe it's been a bit harsh. He did get checked in his run there as well.
We're all carrying our prejudices into this race about Saga, aren't we? And they are to some degree justified by his record and his attitude. Let's have a look.
He was checked there. In his defence, he was checked, and that meant that he had a lot more ground to make up on King of Conquest than he would have done. Howth was weakening and getting tired.
I think you're right, you know. And the way he's rolling around.
He definitely does that. He does do that. I felt like a furlong out he was going to get there, and then it started to become a little bit slower, the way that he was gradually clawing back the margin. He's not Belle Bet's run really well.
He's got no sense of the moment, has he, Saga? No. That's the problem with horses. King of Conquest, though, I was really impressed because he's seen off Titian, who's in really good form. And, you know, he's been there and shot at under pressure for quite a long way out. And he's seen him
tough,
off.
Isn't he?
Yeah, really, really good.
Titian's run really well, actually. He's just, you know, he's been right there in the heat of the race, and it's ended up telling on him. Dutch Decoy throws down a challenge far side. He's run a blinder in a competitive handicap. Toshizu, that's another good run here from him, running like he wants a longer distance, and Notre Belle Bet is in the form of his life and translates his excellent all-weather form onto the turf.
So that is William Buick coming in on King of Conquest for Charlie Appleby. They'll be teaming up later with Silver Knot in the Kipco 2000 Guineas.
7-1 winner from Saga, 8-1, Notre Bell bet 25s and Tashiju 28s. Let's go to call.